Hello there, everybody. How are you all doing today? Time for more E3. Moving on to the middle of the conferences for 2012.
Yeah, this time it's Sony,
This
as
time
you can
it's
see.
Sony. This time it is Sony. Once again, uploaded by GameSpot. GameSpot, the huge. This one actually had like two separate uploads. See, this is weird, right? So for the Microsoft one and for the Sony one, there were two separate uploads of like each conference. For the Microsoft one, I don't know why. Right? That one actually really confused me because I actually went back and checked after we did our recording last time. And I found out that their other upload was like actually better quality at like 720p. And I'm like, well, that's weird. I mean, I don't think we really missed too much by not having it be like 480 or not having it be 720, right? It's not
my quality.
I mean, it would have looked nicer, yes. But, still, I'll just need to make sure to check now. But that was really strange, right? I'm like, why do they have two separate uploads? I still don't know why, to be honest. It's not like these were streamed on Twitch, or on YouTube, I don't think. In fact, let me just make sure that's 720.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that was just really confusing. And they did the same thing for the Sony one. It seemed like the only difference for the Sony one is they had, like, two people that were, I guess, hosting, like, talking beforehand. But I figured we didn't really care about that, so I didn't choose that one.
Yeah.
Because they talked for, like, 10 minutes. I'm like, we don't really need to hear that. Alright. Anyway, are you ready?
I am.
Point is, GameSpot is just kind of weird for their early uploads, I guess.
Yeah. Like, not that I would want to listen to it, but I'm just trying to imagine, like, what they would be talking about from, like, 10 years ago. I think that part would be kind of interesting, even if it's not really important for the conference itself, right?
I mean, if you want, I could throw that one up.
No, it's fine.
But it sounds like you want it, though.
No, it's good. Let's continue. I'm just thinking it'd be funny to contrast it with, like, how they'd be talking about games nowadays, more than, like, necessarily what they're talking about.
Okay, we'll tell you what. After this, maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll find the other one. We'll just throw that one in.
We don't need a move steering wheel, Sony!
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I was heard some Skrillex there for a moment, I believe.
Yeah. Darksiders! No! More Slife War!
See, I'm once again gonna adjust the volume as we go. This one actually seems kind of inconsistent already, I'm not gonna lie. But
yeah,
that's how things be.
Also, they have a really weird setup in this theater. They got a bunch of little screens, but then the wall is also a giant screen.
Yeah. I guess it's the aesthetic they're going for, right? Like, it's strange, but it is aesthetic. They've done similar before, I guess.
True. Guacamelee and Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. Turn down another switcher. I believe that was Far Cry.
I think so.
I want to say Far Cry 3.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Smash Bros. Otherwise known as All-Stars Brawl, I believe.
This is Hitman... I don't know if it's Blood Money.
I want to say it's Blood Money, but I don't know the Hitman games very well.
This one looks... I get the feeling it's Blood Money. This one I don't know. This one actually kind of looks like...
That's Papa and Yo.
Oh, this is Papa and Yo? Oh, okay.
I think so. The Last of Us. Ooh. Portal 2.
As you know, The Last of Us, very iconic. So iconic that they've remastered it like 3 times already. 4 times maybe even at this point.
I think it's technically on its 4th iteration, because you had the original one, you had one for PS4, you had one for PS5, and then you had a remaster of the PS5 one.
Yeah. It's pretty dumb, but
It's been really dumb.
that shows you how iconic they consider the game anyway. And it is iconic. I can't lie, I've not played it. I will. But
yeah. Little bit
you know.
Planet Karting. Huh. That block was not in Portal. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I also saw Devil May Cry, which is also interesting because that's the bad one. When they tried to reboot it, it didn't work.
Yeah. Ni no Kuni! I love that game. I need to play more of it.
I needed to start.
You should. God of War Ascension, I think?
Probably.
Okay, Sony, does this really have to be this long?
Yeah, this is actually very long. They must be really padding for time. Because, yeah, this is way longer than what Microsoft had.
I feel like if you're gonna do a montage like this, it really shouldn't be longer than, like, 2 minutes.
It should not be.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Tretton.
Having some mic issues I hear already.
I guess it's just the way he has a clip to his suit. He should have a clip to his shirt, so they're not touching.
First of all, if that video didn't get your heart pumping, you came to the wrong place.
It didn't really get my heart pumping. Like, it's neat, I guess, but I don't. I'm okay with montages. Just keep them shorter.
I mean, yeah.
I appreciate you coming. This is the Super Bowl for those of us that live and die in the gaming industry. And
at the time, that was true.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, at the time, that was for sure accurate. So he's talking about us.
Hey, yeah, we're deciding that after we watch our conferences.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of publishing sites like GameSpot had a "Who won this year's E3" on their sites.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It's been 17 years since our industry formed its own event to celebrate gaming, and PlayStation is privileged to have been
I guess it's a good
since the
volume.
very beginning.
But yeah, like, because people got to think about it like this. This is before you really had anything else, right? Because like you had the Tokyo Game Show, which was really big, and you had like was it Gamescom? There's like one more.
I think it's Gamescom, but that's more of a convention for like game developers.
To the gamers.
I mean, true.
That's right. To the gamers sitting in this arena today.
Yeah, like there were like a couple of big ones. I know Tokyo Game Show. There was one in Europe, which may have been Gamescom. Is what the one, but I don't remember if that's Gamescom. I don't remember.
I'll say I don't know much about conventions in Europe, so I'm not entirely sure if they'd have an E3 equivalent or if it's just Gamescom.
But like then you have E3, because like this is before like the video game awards are happening, but they're very different at this period of time.
Yeah, they weren't just advertising.
Yeah, right. So you know, and so you didn't really have anything else quite like this.
There's someone in the audience tonight who has played a crucial role in our industry and is synonymous with PlayStation's commitment to jaw-dropping entertainment for gamers. Had the pleasure of working for this man for the last 17 years, and he takes his commitment to gaming and heritage all the way to the very top.
Mr. Kazuo Hirai?
Probably.
Please welcome Kaz Hirai, president.
It's going back to Kaz.
Did people not like him calling himself Kazuo last year?
Possibly not. Or maybe he was like, yeah, we'll just shorten it again.
I love you, man.
Oh, he's not even going to talk on stage?
I guess not. I guess he's maybe out of the company for now. Maybe he moved on.
I
mean, maybe.
Because let me see.
From PS3 to PS Vita to PlayStation.
I was saying, because I'm pretty sure he's been on stage at least for a little bit, like pretty much every year.
Every gaming need you have, wherever and whenever you play. The collective creativity and passion within PlayStation is driving our latest breakthrough gaming experiences, and we're excited to share those with you tonight. There's no better example of what's possible on our platform than this first title.
So in 2012, he was appointed as president and chief executive officer of Sony.
Gaming and storytelling with the 2010
So maybe he
Game
moved
Year
out of the
Heavy Rain.
gaming division and went straight to like Sony. Oh, Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Fans have been
And
waiting
he was
to
appointed
see
to the board of
this
annual
genre-defining
shareholders
title
meeting
from the amazing
later
talent
that
at
year in
Quantic
June.
Dream. I'm very pleased to say.
So I guess he just
Oh,
kind of
so
moved on, moved it up.
Please join me in welcoming.
Yeah, it sounds like he
David
just
Cage.
left. Wait,
And
David Cage?
Interesting.
I didn't know he was on stage. I don't remember this.
Well, there you go. I guess he went on stage.
They're even playing the Heavy Rain music in the
Over the
background.
past 15 years, Quantic Dream has developed unique games based on interactive storytelling and
The
emotion.
Kojima that
With Heavy Rain
wasn't that
and more
successful.
recently our tech
French
demo,
Kojima.
we showed how real-time 3D
Yeah, I've always
could be
kind of
used to
seen
create
David
even
Cage as like
more
an
emotional
eccentric guy that wanted to
experiences.
be a film director, but could
Today,
never break in, so he
I'm
made
happy
games
to
instead.
announce Quantic
Yeah.
Dream's next title for PlayStation 3,
Oh,
and this new project is called
Yanti Souls!
Apparently just beyond at that
I
point.
really want to
Oh,
play
there you
this
go.
with you.
See, I think it'd be fun. I've heard it's not good, but I mean, I still would want to play it.
What will happen after we die.
I mean, it's
is
not good, but
something
it's
no
an
one knows.
interesting game.
We'll have a
Cause like that's kind of why I never actually
host
got
of
it. Cause like I back then, like I talked about before, I loved Heavy Rain.
remains unknown.
Yeah.
But there was something when Beyond Two Souls came out. I heard it didn't do too well. I was like, it's a shame. And then I just never played it. I'm like, why would I want to play something I don't really think would be good?
Some presence around us, spirits
Yeah,
or
like I think in
ghosts,
terms of the
she doesn't
games
really
that I've
know.
played from Quantic Dreams, so
Something
there'd be
living
like
between
Indigo Prophecy,
our
Heavy
world
Rain, Beyond Two
and the
Souls,
other
and
side.
Detroit Become Human. It's definitely the worst of the four, but I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't necessarily say it's a
15 years
bad
of
game
life.
per se.
We will see
It just
growing,
has a lot of really weird
evolving,
stuff that
learning to live
doesn't
with the
really
difference,
connect very well together in a
and
very
discovering
outrageous
more
story.
about
Okay.
But the concept is kind of cool.
For the first time in a video game, we will live the life of a character, go with her through happy.
Plus, you know, you got
and
Ellen
difficult
Page in here,
times,
which is kind of cool.
and help
Uh-huh.
her to become who she is.
And Willem Dafoe.
We have
I mean,
much to
Willem
review
Dafoe is
together in
great.
the coming months, but
Yeah.
today I want to share with you a very important element of Beyond. The name of the actress playing the role of Jodie Holmes. I was looking for a talented young actress, someone who could embody Beyond's lead role.
Yeah,
in a
because this
very
is
unique
like
way.
obviously like
I'm
so.
proud to announce that
So
Jodie
just for
Holmes
people that don't know, this is
by
like
Academy Award nominee
like Elliot Page
Page.
before like the
Yes.
transition, right?
Yeah.
So just for people that maybe don't know, right?
And delivered a stunning performance, something
Yeah,
I've
'cause he
never seen
transitioned
before. She is the most
relatively,
incredible Jodie Holmes I could dream
like,
of.
It's
And I'm
fairly
sure
only a
recent,
little while
right?
ago, I think. I think it was like maybe last year or a year and a half
What
ago,
you're going
somewhere
to
around
see
there.
now is one
Yeah.
of the first scenes of the game. And of course, everything runs in real time.
So if we say Ellen Page, she, her, it's just because like that's what Elliot Page identified as back then, right?
Do you understand me?
Yeah,
keeping
but
it
we're not
in
trying
the year.
to misgender him or anything. That's just how
speak
he
English?
was at this time.
Yeah.
I,
Not like I'm scared of people assuming that or anything, right? I just wanted to make that kind of like clear, right?
Yeah, no, I just want to make that clear too, because I mean, I did call him Ellen Page at first, but
yeah.
yeah, you're right. We probably should bring that up because a lot of people who don't really know about his history would be very confused.
Yeah, right.
I found you.
So this guy looks like what's his name? Hopper from Stranger Things, actually. It's kind of what
little
he
bit.
reminds me of.
I mean, he is a police sheriff.
Try to hurt
Yeah, but he has like the facial hair and stuff. So well, he's missing the cowboy hat, the
True.
ranger hat. Hopper has that, right? And he has like the little like ranger
Yeah.
hat or whatever.
I think it's like a ranger hat,
but you gotta give me something.
but he's got a very similar uniform. I don't know what time period this is supposed to take place in. I wouldn't be surprised if this is supposed to be like the 80s,
Someone I
early
can contact?
90s.
You must have family, friends, someone who could tell me who you are.
Uh, 2014?
You don't talk much.
Maybe people don't know. No, I guess people aren't too sure. I guess people just speculate when it took place.
Well, if you don't help me, I can't help you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I won't really say too much about the story, but this is technically a flashback.
I see. I see.
So, I assume the 2014 figure might be her at a current age when she's more of an adult.
Okay. Oh. That's freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks like what, 11 as well. Also from Stranger Things, funnily enough. In, like, the first season, at least.
That's true. I guess they did a similar motif. Before it was on Stranger Things.
Yeah. Interesting.
You stay here. I'll be
I
right
wonder
back.
if that was some kind of stereotype, like, back in the 80s.
Maybe. Could have been.
If you need anything, I'll be just outside.
Just for reference as well, like, I've only seen, like, season 2 of Stranger Things. I've only gotten, like, that far. I saw some of season 3. Never finished it, though.
I only ever saw to the end of season 2. I never got back into watching it again when season 3 came out. I do want to eventually, like, rewatch the whole thing. We do have season 5, I think, coming soon, which should be the end of it.
I believe so. I think I heard that's going to be the final one.
So maybe once that's fully out, maybe we should start watching it.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Man, that's a lot of SWAT soldiers for one little girl.
It is. Just like in Stranger Things, funnily enough. I don't know if they have SWAT soldiers. I think they do have a very similar thing happen at one point in the show.
Yeah, I don't quite remember.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first season of Stranger Things since it literally came out, which I think would have been like 2017, 2018, somewhere around there.
You guys want to point this out? If this is actually in the game, this is a very long scene without any gameplay.
Yeah, this is in the game.
It's a very long scene without any gameplay.
That's why I say he probably wanted to be a movie director. Because, I mean, if you think about the actual gameplay in this, there's not really a lot of gameplay.
It's like, oh, I made a video game. But yeah, how much gameplay is in it? 5 minutes. How long's the game?
I mean, it's not quite that bad, but,
Like
you know,
12
there's a lot of
hours.
longer cutscenes, okay? Honestly, I think pretty much all of this is in the game, at least that I'm seeing so far.
From the creators of Heavy Rain. A flex back then. Maybe not as much of a flex now.
Yeah, no, they would probably ignore all their other games at this point. They might mention Detroit whenever they announce a new one.
Detroit, yes. They would definitely mention Detroit. I don't know. I still find it really funny how Heavy Rain, like, back then was like, oh, Heavy Rain's so good. And now it's like, Heavy Rain, you know what? have to think about that one, you know?
Yeah.
Because back then, man, Heavy Rain was the shit. It was, like, so good. Everybody loved it. Maybe not everybody, but there are a lot of people that loved it. Nowadays, all I see on YouTube is, was Heavy Rain really as good as we thought it was? Heavy Rain, a story that failed or something. And I'm like, man, they're right, though.
I mean, they are. What, you don't like the origami killer?
Well,
Maybe you will discover.
good reference, by the way. Good reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember one time I was playing through the game, I was kind of just, like, paying attention to the way they said origami, and I think they had, like, 4 different pronunciations of it, and then, of course, they had origami, and I'm like, Really?
The PS3 is in its 6th year.
Hey,
of
look,
its
they're
life
French,
cycle
okay?
and
Leave them
continues to
alone.
shatter
I know, they're a
expectations
French
by giving
studio and they were
developers the
trying. Like, you
industry's
could
most
tell even
powerful
with,
palette
I
to
think it was
create
Sean's
from.
voice actor,
Only on
where you
PlayStation
could
3
tell
will you see
English
the
wasn't like his
high-definition
native language.
cinematics, rich storytelling,
Like, you know what,
and
though?
new
When I initially
graphics.
played the game,
Jet Swissness was beyond.
you could tell me they were French, and I probably would think about it a little bit, because they did pretty good at mimicking the American accent.
And emotion of Jodie
Oh yeah, no,
Holmes,
for sure.
the
They did
newest
really
member of the
good. And they do
PlayStation
really good
family.
at that in Detroit as
Over the
well.
past 2 decades,
But like
you've
with Sean in
stormed
particular,
beaches,
at least for me, it
explored
was
new
kind of
lands,
noticeable after
and
playing the game a
discovered
couple
ancient
times. I'm
treasure
like,
with them.
yeah,
If
I
you're a
can tell
member
the
of
way he says
PlayStation
stuff that
Nation,
he doesn't
there
quite
is
speak
one
English
name
as his
that should
native
have
language.
particular meaning
Oh,
to you.
yeah. For sure.
Michael.
Not to say the
That's
voice
right.
acting was
Last
bad,
fall, hidden in
but
a
it just was
faraway
noticeable for
place,
me.
A room full of the most popular heroes from PlayStation Universe raised their glasses in a toast to Michael. In fact, the Michael spot became the most viral tech video of all time.
I vaguely remember the
10
Michael
million
spot.
views in its first week.
I
And
don't
if you're
know
like
that.
me, you probably wondered what happened 30 minutes after.
You know what? Normally I'd wait for the end of the conference, but I don't know. Should we have a little peek of the Michael spot?
Yeah, sure.
Or would they show it here? Hold on. I'm just gonna see if they like show it here. No, they don't. They don't show it here. Alright, hold on. Let me do a little. Okay, we're gonna do a little special thing here. Give me 1 sec. Sony Michael TV spot. I can't type. That's why I'm doing this on the other thing so I don't embarrass myself. What if I do like commercial? Okay, I don't know why it's not giving it to me. Is it not going to give it to me? I know it's on YouTube somewhere. Hold on.
I mean, I feel like it would be,
Do they spell my? Yeah, they must spell Michael like this. Yeah, long live play. Okay. Oh yes, no, I do remember this commercial actually. Oh yeah, no, I completely forgot about this. Hold on, once it loads up, I'm getting a new Ethernet cable. This one's making mine really slow.
yeah.
It's actually coming
We
in
should have
today,
that
but
by
it's not here
the
yet.
next conference, assuming it doesn't come super late today.
It's from Game Helper. Like I say, we're going off the rails here. We're going off the rails a little bit. Because normally we wouldn't stop. But I feel like to get context, right, for what the Michael TV spot is.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not too long. Plus, I imagine there's going to be some people watching this that would probably enjoy that.
I mean, probably. It's like it only took me, like, what, 2012 to break the formula of no, we keep on going. Now it's like, we'll do the Michael spot right in the middle. Why not?
Ma'am?
See, I, like, very vaguely remember this, right?
Flying over the middle of the Rubicon.
It's like one of those fever dreams, you know what I'm saying? Because you have, like, right here, you have fucking Ghost right there. I think that's Ghost from Call of Duty,
Ghost
right?
Recon? Or Call of Duty, yeah, that would make
Yeah,
sense.
from Call of Duty. Because, like, they had the dude with, like, the skull mask
Yeah.
that he kind of wore. I don't know why. I don't truly understand Ghost, but I remember he was a very popular character. And then Nathan Drake. Yeah, you got Nathan Drake.
Is that
and-
actually Nolan North? Because it sounds like him.
I mean, it probably is Nolan North, to be fair.
So you got Nolan North talking to Lightning, and
Talking
you
to
have
Lightning.
Cole talking to someone in the background. I don't recognize him.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I also like how instead of saying Nathan Drake, you're like, yeah, Nolan North is talking to Lightning.
Yeah.
It makes sense, yeah.
I'm hanging like a rag doll at 30,000 feet, just trying to hold on.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be him, unless they voiced over it.
When half the city hated me, and the other half wanted me dead.
And that's Cole's voice actor too.
That's cool.
When half the city hated
Is that a Hellgast? That might be a Hellgast
That
in the
is,
background.
yeah.
me, and the other half wanted me dead.
Ghost, Sweet Tooth,
Sweet Tooth, yeah.
Agent 47, right here.
Yeah. Isaac Clarke? Or is it someone else?
I don't know. Is it the guy from Vindictus? No, it's Isaac Clarke. Yeah, it's Isaac Clarke.
Yeah, I was
You're
gonna
right.
say, I'm
'cause it
pretty
has
sure it's
the-
Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, yeah.
Yeah, because he has the helmet.
He brought out my good side.
The snake.
Snake.
Nice. I like the snake, like a baseball player, just here. I think this is just meant to be a baseball player, an umpire. Yeah.
Or the catcher. I don't know which one it would be.
So you do what you have to. I'm no hero, but whatever good I've done, it was him.
In the days of suffering, when the gods made their money.
Oh, and the poor Lady Gladys.
Yeah.
She just jumps through it.
I mean,
Sackboy's playing chess.
You mean Chell, Megan? I'm pretty sure it's Chell.
Oh, it's Chell. You're right. Yeah, my bad.
Hey, Gladys is the robot lady. I don't know if you've ever played Portal, but I know you have. You played Portal. You played Portal more than me.
Also, just looking at the portal gun there, I wonder if that was like the replica that Valve was selling way back in the day.
I think it might be because it looks really good. Then Sackboy playing tiny chess.
Chess with Sweet Tooth.
I do like how he has like his tongue out too.
Yeah. He's having a good time.
Kratos,
And
Athena, yeah.
More hell guests.
More hell guests.
He did.
Omaha.
I do find it funny how they didn't get an actor for Kratos, but they did it in CG.
Yeah, right.
They got an actor for like everyone else.
Bioshock.
Then one man broke through.
Michael.
When the Templars murdered
Nice.
Hey, it's Ratchet. That's
Oh, it's Ratchet there. I said that we can tell it's Ezio. Oh, yeah, I have a football player back there too. Actually, I'm sorry that we're pausing so much. There's so much here. This is so dense with like things to look at.
It is, yeah.
He's got a football player here. Who is this? Who is this? This looks so familiar.
Oh,
This looks so familiar.
I don't know.
Who is that guy? If you know who that guy is, let me know, like in the comments, because he looks so familiar, but it's not coming
I'm just
to
trying
me.
to think because I know I've seen a character with hair like that. I just don't know who it is or where it's from.
Yeah, because it's not like because he's wearing something red as well. I'm trying to think because it's not Ken from Street Fighter.
No,
It's not Guile from Street Fighter, although
no.
Guile has crazy hair. Yeah, I don't know. He looks so familiar though. What if I take a picture of him on Google Images? That might actually get me something funny enough. Hey, hold on. Google Image search. Look, I know we're going off the rails a bit here, but I feel like this is kind of worth it.
Yeah, we're just having some fun.
All right. Who are you? Okay, well, this ain't really working. It's giving me a lot of... You know what it's given me? It's given me a lot of screenshots of people taking pictures of their YouTube videos.
Okay, that's really funny.
Probably because it has the track bar in, actually. Hold on. Let me actually...
Track bar?
Yeah. Okay, if I do this. It's giving me just a lot of dudes with really long hair. Okay, well, whatever.
Google.
Thanks, Google. If anybody knows who that guy is, please let me know. Yeah, there's Ratchet. Yeah, Ezio. Who are you? Shoot! Now that I see, it's now that we're at this angle, he looks even more familiar. Virtua Fighter?
Might be.
He looks like maybe he's the guy from Virtua Fighter. Maybe. What if I take a screenshot of you? Now is that gonna work? Let's get the track bar out of there. Nope. Nope, I'm seeing... Nope, not at all. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Who's that guy? Hellgen Sector 9. So that guy's the guy from Killzone.
Yeah. The Resistance monster.
Yeah.
For all of us. To Michael.
To Michael.
Oh. I see. So the whole premise of this is these are like games that Michael has played through?
Yeah, I think these are supposed to be like games that Michael's played through, and it's like, it's just the video game characters hanging out at a bar after like their game is finished or whatever. And it's like, oh, look at what the insert player here has done for us. Yeah. Like it's
okay,
really funny. It's really funny, but it's a really good commercial, right?
It is. I think I do remember seeing that one like on TV back in the day.
Yeah, like very vaguely, right? Like it came to me like when I Googled it and I saw one of the things that was like to Michael. I'm like, yeah, it's right. They say to Michael at the end, and I remembered that. All right, back to your regularly scheduled E3.
It's okay. I'm sure we'll get distracted by something else too.
Probably.
How the battle turns out is up to you in our newest title, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Putting the characters together after they're together in, commercial. So I have this game now.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about that. But I have this game
Oh
now.
yeah, I forgot Fat Princess. They didn't have her in the commercial or Sly.
They did not.
Shame, Sony.
Shame.
Parappa, you gotta believe.
Yeah, so a very mediocre game from what I understand. Good intro though. Good intro.
Although just looking at the trailer, they didn't have Nariko in there either. From Heavenly Sword. She's in the game.
Okay.
I thought they were gonna have characters dressed as them coming out. I'm like, oh.
That would have been funny. I guess they're just gonna show you like all the players that can play. I do like how they color coordinated.
Yeah. Well, except for the guy in the plaid shirt. I feel like he should be wearing like purple or orange or black or something.
Possibly. To be fair, it looks like he might not be playing.
I mean, yeah, but still, he's part of the ensemble.
We were overwhelmed with the tremendous positive response the game received. As details of our game became available, we heard from a number of you that thought that this would be a perfect game for the Vita, and we could not agree more. So today, I'm thrilled to announce that All Stars will be available for Vita and will be cross-compatible with PS3.
See, I don't know how the Vita version of this game is. I never had the Vita version.
Probably still not that good.
Most likely.
And Vita gameplay. I'm gonna turn it over to a few of our All-Stars, including Omar Kendall, our game director.
Thanks, Chan. So we've got 4 players, 2 on the PlayStation 3, Paul and Mike. Paul will be playing as Kratos, Mike will be playing as Sweet Tooth. We also have 2 players on the PS Vita, Ed and Ray Ray. Ed will be playing as Fat Princess, and Ray Ray will be playing as Sly Cooper. So
nice.
These characters will be fighting each other, and they'll be building up this energy. This energy powers a super attack. These super attacks are how our players score points. And the goal of the game at the end of our 3-minute match is to have the most amount of points.
See, so a match really quick. Is that part of why the game kind of failed, actually, is because it had a really weird scoring system?
I think so. Because, like, the major issue with the point system was it kind of plays like Smash Bros, where, like, you build up your bar by hitting people, but you can't knock people out of the arena. There's no death gate or anything like that. The only way to score points is hitting your special move, but some characters' special points were completely overpowered. Like Sly Cooper's level 3, for example, he takes out the Binocucom, which essentially lets him look through binoculars on the entire screen, and he has to like click over people to kill them. It's much easier than trying to hit some other character stuff.
Man, he brings in a whole character from a whole different franchise. He brings in Donkey Kong. It's pretty great.
Apparently. But yeah, it was mostly just came down to the balancing of their moves. Like, some of them had really good level 1s and 2s, you could get points really early, some of them had really broken level 3s. And then there's some characters that I think just all their moves were really not that good, but I don't remember the specifics.
Hey, did you even catch what I said?
That he summons another character, Donkey Kong?
Yeah, because you said Binocucom or something. It sounded like Donkey Kong. Look, I'm being dumb, okay? I just thought you'd acknowledge that a little bit more.
Okay, I wasn't too sure why you were saying that. I thought you were saying it because of what he was saying, and I'm like, okay. But no, Binocucom is a thing in Sly Cooper. It's basically like a pair of binoculars.
I got that. I just wanted to be dumb for a moment, Megan. I usually am. But I wanted to be especially dumb for a moment.
But yeah, I think the concept of the game was really good. It's just the balancing was really weird. And then the character choices, well, most of them were really good. They had some weird ones, like having 2 versions of Cole. You could Sucker Punch assisted on evil and good Cole.
I mean, that is a little bit strange, yeah. That should just be like an alternate costume or something.
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth could not get away. She's gonna try to get a kill on Kratos. He does get a kill on Kratos.
See?
And on Sly Cooper.
This is a pretty good, like, level 2 power, man. You can kill 3 people with it, and it lasts a pretty long time for what it is.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, see, I don't know how you could really mess this up, right? Like, for, like, legitimately, just have it be so they can die, right? That's all you need to do. Like, it's so weird that they messed it up that much.
I mean, I get what they were going for. Oh, this is level 3?
It's an extremely powerful level 3 super. His firepower is
See? Like, look at that!
I see. That is pretty busted.
I don't know who's considered, like, the best in this game, but yeah, I think they would have been better if they had an opportunity to at least fall off the map or beat them in other ways. Yeah, sure, maybe you get more points if you hit your super, but if you could beat them without using your super, then I think it would add a lot more tactical skill to the game.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
because from what I understand competitively, this kind of came down to you trying to bait out the other person's super so you can land yours, that kind of thing. So, it's a fun enough game, but it's not a very good competitive game. I heard the actual single-player campaign, though, is pretty interesting.
I could imagine. I wonder if they would try something like this again. Because we're kind of seeing a resurgence of, you know, Smash-like games that aren't just Smash, right?
Yeah, I could see them trying it again. I just hope if they do, they have a more traditional Smash formula. The whole platform fighting part of Smash is one of the better parts of Smash, in my opinion.
It looks like Frat Princess took that one. Nice job, guys.
Yeah, like, I feel like if they're going to do it, it has to be a traditional, like, Smash kind of fighting game, yeah. Like arcade fighter.
And the PS3 versions.
Casual fighter, whatever you want to call it. Right.
Yeah, because I'm not saying it has to be exactly like Smash, but like, there needs to be a level of skill in the game, and I feel like for a fighter like this, just being able to like zone somebody or knock them off a platform, it adds so much to the game.
Yeah.
But don't go as crazy as Multiverses, where it's like super easy to knock people out. It's a bit too easy in that game, from what I understand.
See, I can't really say. I haven't really heard a ton of Multiverses. I hear that it's all right, at the very least.
I mean, I heard it was good, and now it's really not as good.
I see.
They did a lot of changes people don't like adding I think it's like a 30 frame input buffer, and the game is like almost 30% slower than it was in beta.
Okay.
So, and then it's just grindy. So, yeah.
Very, very cool. Thanks, Chan. We wanted to take the best of our lineup and bring them to life across the PlayStation ecosystem for a one-of-a-kind, always-on experience that you can play wherever and whenever you choose. By bringing PlayStation All-Stars to PS3 and PS Vita with full crossplay between the two, we're doing just that.
Crossplay.
Crossplay, you'll
Crossplay.
with 3 of your friends, either on PS3 or Vita, and enjoy the same high-def online experience. In addition, All-Stars supports cross-save, so you can save your progress on PS3 and pick it up later on the Vita. You can check out these features for yourself when All-Stars for PS3 and Vita are available later this holiday season. PlayStation continues to invest heavily in cross-platform features because it's not only about what you play, but also where you play. Later this year, we'll introduce a new cross-controller DLC for Little Big Planet 2 that allows owners to play, create, and share games using...
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, look, that's pretty cool.
Utilizing dual-screen gaming in single-player, Vita becomes an enhanced controller for the PS3, enabling front and rear touch and tilt capabilities, while adding another gaming dimension that provides different...
See, I feel like if you were doing like the level editing and creating your own levels in Little Big Planet, if you could use the touch controls to do that, that might make it pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be interesting. I guess it depends on how, like, it works.
Yeah, like, it heavily depends on how they implement it and if it actually makes the experience any better. But depending on what it is, I could see it being pretty useful if you're really into the creating of levels.
I do find it pretty interesting, though, how they're making, like, enough of a deal where it's like, yo, you can use your PS Vita as a controller.
That can only be found on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Right?
And is
Like,
enabled by the industry's best
I don't know if that's
online
telling for how the Vita was doing or not.
More than 80% of PS3s
I mean,
and PS
I think that is a
connected to the
little
internet
telling because at this point the
Gamers
Vita would
around
have been
the
out for
world
4
are tapping
months,
into PSN
and I
for
mean
their
they
online
did have
gaming
that as kind of
experiences
one of
and
its marketing
entertainment
features
needs.
where you can remote
Today,
play
we
stuff
offer more
from
than
your PS3
1,500
on the Vita.
downloadable titles,
Mhm.
and our
Because that was kind of when they
investment in
first
AAA
introduced it.
exclusive
I
gaming
tried it like once or
experiences
twice and it
will be
wasn't
bigger
really
than
all
ever
that
in
good.
2012.
But
PSN will also
the
become
idea
the
was
true
kind of
home
cool.
for the best indie games in the industry. Our pub fund for
But yeah, I don't know what the sales were like
independent
at
developers is
launch,
bringing the
but I
most
know the
creative
first
and
year or
unique
so
games
the
that the world
Vita
has ever
really
seen.
wasn't doing that
Games
well.
like Journey, which has a Metacritic
No
rating of
Journey.
92 and is
I've heard
Nice.
good things about that one.
best-selling title of all time.
Journey is great. I played it once, and it's like a really short
Games
game,
like
but it's a
Dyad
very
and
memorable
Papa
experience.
Eno, which you can play both in the PlayStation
Yeah, it's
booth
Papa
this
Eno.
week. And games like Unfinished Swan, which is coming exclusively to PSN later this year.
See, I heard Unfinished Swan is interesting, but I don't know much about it.
I don't know if I actually remember that one.
200 groundbreaking games coming to PSN over the next 12 months. And it's an astounding number, and it demonstrates the incredible number of developers on the PlayStation platform. In addition to the best digital games, PSN offers PlayStation Plus, our premium membership that maximizes your experience.
Still
Since
going.
PlayStation Plus started 2 years ago,
Yeah.
members have received 60 free PS3 games and thousands of dollars in discounts. And with features like cloud saves and automatic updates, Plus offers tremendous value to our gamers. And
Just gonna pause for 1 sec, just so I can mention the thing for the Vita. Good pause screen, by the way.
Yeah.
Apparently, it had a really strong launch, but stalled and greatly underperformed.
Okay.
In Japan, it sold over 300,000 units in its first week, but then figures after that shrunk down 78% to under 73,000 sold. So definitely went strong and then not so good.
Okay, so it wasn't able to gain mainstream appeal. It was mostly just for people who were kind of already in the ecosystem.
Yeah, and then it sold 12,000 per week in the following weeks, which probably not very sustainable, right?
Yeah, it's not very good.
In the United States, it sold 200,000 units in its first month before shrinking down to 50,000 a month.
So
And
at this point, they
then-
would have sold like, I guess it would have been around like 350,000 in the States.
Possibly. It does say here that as of February 26th of 2012, it sold about 1.2 million
Oh, like in total?
in total. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, probably not super great.
Yeah, that's
Considering what
pretty
they probably
low for
wanted.
console numbers. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the sales figures were for the PSP, but like, yeah, like 1.2 million units? I don't know. That's extremely low. They must have had so much overstock at the beginning.
Probably. Yeah, they must oh wow, yeah. No, this is very telling as well. It says right here the system only managed to sell 4 million units worldwide in its first 10 months on the market. And estimated by the analysis to only be at 6 million sold after 2 years of availability.
Yeah, that's incredibly low for a console.
After 2012, Sony ceased releasing direct sales figures of the Vita, which itself is very telling, instead opting to release combined sales figures with it and the PSP. Still, the system underperformed while Sony projected selling 16 million units of combined Vita and PSP systems. It had to slash its forecast twice in the same year, down to 12 and then 10 million units. So yeah, they weren't very, they saw the writing was on the wall with the Vita, unfortunately.
See, that explains a lot why they stopped first-party support basically around like the end of 2013.
Yeah.
This month alone, PlayStation
That's kind of sad, actually.
That is really sad because I love the Vita. It's one of my favorite systems.
Infamous 2, Little Big Planet 2, and Saints Row 2.
Lots of twos.
Yeah.
All of these games will be available to members starting tomorrow, and new games will be rotated in all the time.
All the time.
We're proud to say that PlayStation Plus now delivers an instant game collection to members for $5 a month. And for those of you who haven't tried PlayStation Plus, there's no better way to understand the extraordinary value it brings than to experience it for yourself. As you leave the arena tonight, each of you will receive a voucher for a 1-year PlayStation Plus membership.
Ooh, that's pretty nice of them.
That is. Is that supposed to be TM and they just put SM?
Yeah, possibly, actually. That's weird.
I've never seen that before.
From outside North America, you can bring this voucher to the PlayStation booth this week and exchange it for codes that will work in your respective regions.
Oh.
That's kind of nice, I guess.
So you can't even redeem it from the voucher itself. You have to go to the Sony booth. That's pretty sleazy.
I mean, oh, hey, only if you're not in America.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but oh man.
Including digital-only titles like Guacamelee.
I mean, it is kind of funny, right? It's still nice of them, though.
Well, it is.
And I'm happy to announce that PS1 Classics will be coming to Vita.
Woohoo!
Yo, cool borders!
Beginning this summer, you'll have access to your favorite PS1 classics, such as Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Two classics. Two classics.
Think about the fact that PS Vita has been available in North
I do like how they started doing this, like, basically right after Nintendo announced Virtual Console.
Yeah, right.
Digital titles, PS1 classics, and hundreds of PSP hits. The Vita portfolio is growing every day to offer something for every gamer. And of course, PSN is much more than a gaming network, because PSN is part of a broader Sony entertainment network, which offers more services than any other platform. In addition to our own video service on PS Store, we offer a growing lineup of TV, movie, and sports entertainment that includes Amazon Instant Video, Cinema Now, Hulu Plus, Vudu.
Once again, kind of doing what Microsoft is doing, where it's like, yo, look at all the things we offer.
And if you're a gamer who also loves a broad selection of entertainment,
But let's see if they go as deep as what Microsoft did.
And PS3 are the center of
yeah.
the living room. And we're bringing many of these great services along with the industry's best apps to Vita. Just last week, we announced that YouTube is coming to Vita.
I saw Dexter there, actually. Good show. Oh, I see Breaking Bad as well. What else do they have? Not much. I don't know what this is. This I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't recognize a lot of those. They have the tester in there, though.
They do have the tester, front and center.
But yeah, Breaking Bad was a Sony thing, I think. They worked with AMC to make it, so that makes sense. Or at least to do the Blu-ray.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
And we all know that gaming and music go hand in hand, and thanks to our January 2011 launch of Music Unlimited, we offer a catalog of more than 15 million songs available to stream on your PS3, Vita, PSP, Android smartphone, or iOS device. And with our robust lineup of games, videos, TV, and music, PlayStation Network is expanding every day and remains central to our strategy of delivering more entertainment value. PlayStation has long-standing and close relationships with the best developers in the world, and this means more exclusive PlayStation gaming experiences for you. One creator that has become synonymous with the pure horsepower of PlayStation is Activision. And as many of you know, we announced last year that Call of Duty is coming to PS Vita. For the first time ever, you'll have a AAA first-person multiplayer shooter in the palm of your hands.
That's right. Keep trying to sell me that Vita.
Dual joysticks, and seamless online connectivity. I'm happy to announce Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, and it will launch this holiday season.
I forgot it was its own game.
That's interesting.
And you'll be hearing a lot more in the coming months.
I don't know much about that. I wonder if it's actually good.
Franchises are coming to Vita because it enables experiences like no other device ever made. And as you experienced with Uncharted Golden Abyss, Vita's capabilities are on full display with that have been developed specifically for it. We have a new Vita
according to this, no.
It's one of the most acclaimed franchises.
Negative reviews with criticism ranging from the game's poor enemy AI, numerous glitches, flawed multiplayer, among several other issues.
Okay,
so yeah,
fair.
just straight up not good. G4 apparently gave it a 0.5 out of 5. Yeah, no, it didn't do good. AC3.
Yeah,
But the
and AC
Vita
Liberation.
version. Yeah, Liberation, yeah.
See, this is the Vita I got. I got this pack when I bought my Vita. I never actually got around to playing much Liberation, but I like the white Vita. And I believe it was one of the last ones before they switched the screen from the OLED to the cheaper LCD.
Is Liberation good? I heard that one. I think I heard that one's bad, right?
I think it's considered mediocre, mostly because, like, the big deal with this, they're like, oh, we have a female protagonist. And, like, from my experience playing it on Vita, it didn't really feel that good, but they have, like, since then released, like, an HD port for PC, which I think is okay.
Featuring touch controls and support for its camera and near functionality.
But how do they translate the touch controls over to a PC port?
I have no idea. Whenever I play it, I will probably play it on PC, so I guess we'll find out then. I didn't get far enough to really use touch controls. I played it for like an hour or two and then I stopped.
Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation will be available on October 30th, and I'm happy to announce that we're offering a special Vita bundle that includes, as you just saw, the
So this is what you got.
white Wi-Fi Vita.
Yeah.
We're also including a 4-gig memory card and the Liberation game, but that's just the beginning of the story between Ubisoft and PlayStation this year.
Memory cards?
It's coming to PlayStation 3 in full force.
Vita, get with the game, Vita. Nobody uses memory cards anymore.
Yeah, at this point, pretty much everything between phones and consoles used like internal memory. There was no memory cards.
We want to share with you an exclusive look at the game. Here to give you a first look is Assassin's Creed 3's creative director, Alex Hutchinson, and associate producer, Philippe Ducharme.
We really hope you've seen some of Assassin's Creed 3 already this week, but we wanted to highlight something really special here at the PlayStation show. Assassin's Creed 3 is not just a brand new assassin and a brand new historical period, but it's also a chance to deliver some brand new fantasies. As astute readers of history will know, the revolution was not just fought on land, but also at sea.
Ooh. See, it looks pretty, right? It does look pretty. Like I can't lie about that.
It was very pretty for an Assassin's Creed game, and I mean, it was really cool when I played at the time. The only thing in particular is I do remember when you first get to Boston and you load in the big city, it was really laggy in Boston. But I didn't get too far in Assassin's Creed 3. There was just something about the game that didn't really stick to me. I don't know if I was just burnt out of Assassin's Creed at the time I played it. And I also had issues because I kept losing my save data due to my hard drive. So, like, I played through the beginning part of Assassin's Creed 3 quite a few times at this point.
So I'm going to pause it here because I want to actually just... So, good friend Aqua, I should really talk to her more. Always had a meme. Well, I don't know if you'd even really call it a meme. She always had this one saying when it came to Assassin's Creed 3. At least I'm pretty sure it was Assassin's Creed 3, which I want to read out now. Because I didn't prep for this, but I saw Assassin's Creed 3 and I'm like, Aqua had something to say about this game a long time ago. Now, I'm pretty sure it was 3. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty damn sure. Because she says, this makes me as mad as Charles Lee. Charles Lee on a fucking burning ship, NPC bullshit, Connor can't parkour for shit. Motherfucker won't die even after you shoot him. Took me 45 tries to get off that boat. And I remember she repeated that at least a good couple times. Yeah, she was not very happy with AC3. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think at the time the general reception was like, yeah, this is a really mediocre game. I think as the years have gone on, though, people have come to like appreciate Assassin's Creed 3 a lot more than it was at launch. I don't know if that's because the new reports had fixed the issues, but I think the general reception is people like Assassin's Creed 3. Not as much as Black Flag, which is the next one, but...
I mean, probably. I don't know. I just can't see Assassin's Creed 3 without thinking of, like, Connor can't parkour for shit, Charles Lee on a fucking burning ship. You know, like I think of that now whenever Assassin's Creed 3 gets brought up.
I mean, that's pretty funny, yeah.
Aqua, if you ever end up watching this, like, just know that you left a lasting impression on me.
Yeah. And as you can notice, they do have some of the ship mechanics that they use in Black Flag in here as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? Like, this looks a lot like the some of the gameplay I've seen in Black Flag, right?
Yeah, because for anyone that doesn't know, Black Flag is, you play, I think his name is Edward Conway or Kenway, and he's an assassin who's a pirate. So there's a good majority of the game where you're on a pirate ship taking down other ships, pillaging other ships, like taking over places, building up your pirate gang. Like, it's very much a pirate game more than an Assassin's Creed game.
Which is cool. To be honest, I feel like we need more pirate games.
Yeah. Although I do find it kind of ironic that when Ubisoft's new pirate game, Skull and Bones, came out in February, people just went back to playing Black Flag because it was better.
Yeah, right? You know, like, I know we're getting, like... So there are some games that kind of, like, scratch the itch for me now. Like Tortuga. I need to play more Tortuga, actually. But, like... It's so weird how there aren't really that many, like, pirate RPG kind of games, because you could easily do it, right? It's like, have your captain, get your crew, get a ship, customize your ship. You know, like, I feel like there's a lot you could do with it. But we haven't really got many. Like, we have pirates from Sid Meier, but, you know, you don't really have, like, a lot of them, right?
Yeah, like, I'm not too sure why pirates haven't really been explored more in games. Maybe a lot of game developers have just figured the whole gameplay loop of, like, sailing and pillaging and raiding would get a little too repetitive. They weren't really sure how to make it more than just that.
I mean, maybe.
Because, I mean, you even look at something like Sea of Thieves, and from what I understand, it has a relatively repetitive gameplay loop. Not necessarily bad, but if you're not really into it, it's just like, yeah, you're not going to get much out of it. Or it might be the kind of game you play for like an hour a day. You do like a couple raids on your ship and then you're done. It's not really a game you can play for hours and hours on end.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it.
Which is perfectly fair. I love having games like that sometimes where you just go play for a bit and then you go do something else. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice.
I don't know, I just always thought like pirate games would be like a nice pirate RPG would be fun. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it'd be cool to have like a full-fledged pirate RPG. It's just one of those, I guess, stereotypes that hasn't really been explored much in games. And like, I'd argue even until relatively recently, stuff like samurais and ninjas and stuff weren't really done as much until everyone and their mother started doing it like in the last couple of years.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. And I don't know, maybe we'll get a resurgence of pirate games if we get a really good one over the next couple years.
Thanks a lot, Alex and Philippe. Looks amazing on PS3. And I'm very happy to announce that we've been working closely with Ubisoft to create something very special for PlayStation customers.
Special, huh?
Assassin's Creed 3 will launch day one with
whoa, PS3 bundle. Man, they like bundling Assassin's Creed with like Sony stuff, huh?
And PlayStation's
yeah.
with Ubisoft.
I mean, they did have a partnership with Ubisoft for a lot of things. Like, a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, you had, like, exclusive missions and stuff if you bought the PS3 version. So,
okay.
Ubisoft had that going for a long time. I think they did up until near the end of the PS4 generation, if I'm not mistaken. Far Cry 3, though.
Last year we announced Far Cry.
So I heard this is one of the best Far Cry 3 games, one of the best Far Cry games of all time. Sorry, I can't talk today apparently.
And an open world to discover.
I mean, from what I understand, like, this is the fan favorite Far Cry. It's kind of what made Far Cry big.
We built 2.
And like I think people generally like Far Cry 4, but it's not as liked because the villain's not as good as this one.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like I think, and you know the thing with this is like I've not played Far Cry 3. Like I even showed Megan the only Far Cry game I've ever played when we went to different local video game store, which is Far Cry like I thought it was Far Cry. Was it Far Cry Evolution? I think something like that.
Far Cry Primal or
no, because not. No, because I think it was Evolution. Because like Primal was like way later. It was on the PS. Megan, I showed it to you at the store. Hold on.
Well, I must have forgotten.
Hold on, let me see if I'm actually getting it right. Or was it Instinct? Far Cry Instinct. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it was Far Cry Instincts. Sorry, Megan.
Oh, okay. See, that sounds a little more familiar.
Oh, was it Instincts? Wait, hold on. I want to be sure. Here. Hold on. Zooming and enhancing. Zooming in and enhancing. Let's see. Now give me the Far Cry series. Yes, thank you.
Okay, careful. We got 2 guys up there. I'm gonna take the guy on the left. Ready? 3, 2.
Oh boy, it's the fake yo, I'm playing the game dialogue.
Yeah.
No, it was Far Cry Evolution.
Okay.
I think. It was the one where you like turn into an alien or something. It was really weird. Or you turn into like a monster or something. You get like monster like abilities. That was like the only Far Cry game I've played. But yeah, now I heard Far Cry 3 is really good, particularly for its villain. And it's funny because I think Far Cry 3 is actually kind of what made Far Cry kind of known for like its villains, right? Like its main baddies. Because it was like Far Cry 2 and 1, I couldn't tell you who the main baddies are. It's probably just like a group of people, right? But like Far Cry 3, it's like I don't know their names of the villains, by the way, but you have like the like crazy island dude or whatever, right? In Far Cry 4, you have the crazy like Nepalese guy, right? Or was it Russian? Maybe he's a Russian dude. I think it takes place in Nepal. But you have that guy, right?
I think so.
And then you have like I don't know the dudes in like wherever the hell Far Cry 5 is, like that like weird American family or whatever.
Isn't Far Cry 5 like in Montana or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they definitely became known for their villains from 3, and it also kind of cemented the Ubisoft like open world formula. Like I know Assassin's Creed did use it, but I think Far Cry was probably really responsible for the whole raiding towers type gameplay that everyone doesn't like from Ubisoft anymore.
I mean, probably.
Not to say it's a bad system, but they used it way too much.
Yeah.
A monster single-player open-world experience. A dedicated 4-player co-op campaign.
Yeah, because like when you have a good villain in a game, it really sticks with you. You know?
Your own Far Cry with our map editor.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the world of Far Cry. Thanks very much, everybody.
It's not easy to craft like a really good villain either. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. But if you do it and you make it work, boom, you got a great story.
Well, yeah, and I think that's one of the things that makes a lot of games like this pretty memorable is having a really iconic or memorable character adds a lot to your game.
Another critical element that adds to the PS3 experience and brings gamers closer to the action is PlayStation Move. The Move experience makes gaming more accessible to everyone and brings a level of immersion that gives you as close as possible to becoming a character in the game. Move has offered the most diverse gaming experience since its launch 2 years ago. And with more than 250 games available today, we have something for everyone on Move. From blockbuster first-person shooters such as BioShock Infinite and Dust 514, to games that inspire
we saw those ones last year.
Imagination, like
We
Epic
did.
Mickey 2 and Little Big Planet Karting. Or games that test our agility and get our hearts racing, like Sports Champions 2. The real
They
hook
made a
behind
sports
Move
champions
is that it's
too?
an additive
Apparently.
gaming experience. It's not an all
I have
or nothing
like never seen that.
It doesn't require you to be a dedicated motion gaming enthusiast, but if you are, you have more choices than any other platform out there. And while we're excited about what Move and the PlayStation ecosystem offers today, we're equally excited about the future. Here to share more is the new president and group CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment. Please welcome Andy House.
Thanks, Jack. It's great to be back at E3 and for the first time in a new role. I'd really like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank PlayStation fans.
You're welcome.
Here and globally for all your support. You're the reason we do what we do and why we love this business. There's one constant truth in what we've shown you tonight. Whether it's from PlayStation or our partners, the PlayStation platform is about innovation. Across hardware, software, and online, we're creating transformative experiences that redefine expectations. We've been hard at work on a completely new experience that I think you'll agree is truly innovative. It involves one of the oldest interfaces that we know, the book, to bring new shared experiences for families and a broad array of gamers. Words can't do this new product justice, so let's take a look.
What if a book?
I think I recall this one.
A Wonder Book?
See, because my mom actually, this is why I have the Move to begin with, and I never taken out of the box. My mom, at one point, found, I think it was like a special Harry Potter Wonder Book or something. I don't quite remember. We'll probably see it at E3 at some point, if it's not this.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, look, I got this. And it came like with the PlayStation Move and stuff. I think it came with everything you need to actually use it. And it was like really cheap.
Cool.
And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. And then I never touched it, like, ever. Because, I mean, to be fair, my mom sometimes just picks up things when it's on sale. Right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, because it was a gaming thing, she's like, oh, here, I'll get it for Matthew. And, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I appreciated it. I haven't moved now because of it. If I ever want to play the Move at all.
I mean, it's definitely worth it just for the Move. I've heard that the Wonder Book didn't really do that well. Like, if I'm not mistaken, there was only like 4 games or something made for it.
I mean, like, I believe so. Like, I don't know. It's once again, it's kind of one of those things that's like more meant for kids, which is fine, right?
Yeah.
But, right? Around this point in time, that's not really like the main demographic anymore. You know what I mean?
To give you a taste of the incredible
right.
talent developing for Wonderbook, I'm
yeah.
pleased to announce that Moonbot Studios is working hard on a fantastic new tale. Many of you already know Moonbot for their Oscar-winning short videos and incredibly successful interactive...
Sorry for saying "but" like 3 times, by the way. Just, you know, just to emphasize it. It's like, but. Exactly, right?
Inspired by classic film noir.
Diggs Nightcrawler.
This looks cool.
We'll have more to share.
I wonder if this one ever came out.
I don't know. I will look it up because now I'm curious too.
Ambitious goals for the content we wanted to launch with Wonderbook. So we began by working with one of the most popular authors.
Diggs Nightcrawler. Apparently yes.
Oh, okay.
Alongside Walking with Dinosaurs and Book of Potions.
J.K. Rowling.
No, yeah, that's the one I got. Just probably the Book of Potions.
Probably. Okay.
Back before J.K. Rowling became, you know, not a well-respected author, let's just say. Yes, that's the one I got.
Is the first title to be published for Wonderbook. And it reflects a strong collaboration between PlayStation.
I mean, I guess like Diggs Nightcrawler did good.
Sony's partnership with Pottermore, which is J.K. Rowling's unique website that
I guess they released the Walking with Dinosaurs one too. That might be kind of fun.
The reading of her Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
Featuring exclusive, new, and original writing from J.K. Rowling herself, Book of Spells comes to life as you read, allowing you to cast spells with the PlayStation Move, which becomes your magic wand. Book of Spells takes you on a fantastic journey to read and learn the secrets of wizardry and the art of spellcasting, just like a student at Hogwarts. Here to provide a demonstration of Wonderbook Book of Spells.
Okay, I don't know. Do you want to... I don't know, maybe we'll add Diggs Nightcrawler to the retro games to get list.
I mean, yeah, like if we already have the Wonder Book, if we can find it, that'd be cool. I'd be kind of curious because it looks like an interesting, like, detective noir game.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looks very unique. I can't imagine it's like super good, but it could be fun if it's cheap.
I mean, could be.
Actually kept it a secret. That's a bit of a surprise to us. I can honestly say, for all of us on the stage here, we're really excited to be here to show you this demo. Welcome to the reinvention of the storybook. Every wizard needs a wand, and every Hogwarts student needs a magical spell book. And this matches perfectly to our Move Controller and Wonderbook. Open the Book of Spells to read new writing from J.K. Rowling. Spell descriptions, stories from the wizarding world,
making spell.
and significantly,
We're going to learn a bit about
the book's
spell
conundrum.
first, then you can try
A
casting.
set of poems unlocked.
The game is talking.
A little bit.
As you can see, the Book of Spells.
I think someone's volume got turned up.
Remember, this is no
Probably.
Words, pictures, stories come to life in a way.
See, this does actually seem kind of neat, right?
Discover many
It
different
does.
spells from the world of Harry Potter. Read their history, learn to cast them, and try them.
Once again, though, probably more geared towards kids.
Challenges.
Yeah.
Or people who are like really into the thing, but still probably mostly kids.
Let's take a look at this dragon in the bottom corner. A previous Hogwarts student has scribbled a warning message.
Yeah, so it looks like they muted it. No, they did not.
To igniting the occasional Christmas pudding.
See, we're not even getting to see the one they're looking at.
There you go. Little dragon.
Yeah.
I do love how they have the carpet there as well, by the way, to like simulate it a little bit. It's like, yo, this could
She's
be like your
actually
living
in
room.
a living room.
One guy put it out.
My word, now look what's happened.
I like how he puts it down and it loses like the little wand tip.
Yeah, right.
Some other way to put out that fire.
Nah, gotta fix
So
it.
the dragon's escaped. He set fire to the book.
Gotta wipe off the ash.
And now we need to clean off all that soot.
Good as new.
Yeah, I guess
Good
that's
as
it,
new.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another aspect of this book.
Including the chief
How is the book still alive?
You can see we've created a paper theatre.
Oh, it's this. Images simulated. Actual game images appear on your television. Okay. Thanks.
And this really shows how we can.
I mean, I think they're just trying to say it won't appear AR in front of you, but
I mean,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
just for legal reasons, you know?
I mean, true.
whole story with you today, but please pop by.
Because, yeah, like, it's kind of neat that you can, like, move it like that. Like, say, it's cool.
And the Book of
Yeah.
Spells is
But I can see why it didn't really sell a ton.
containing some
Right.
fascinating and often very funny.
Very niche.
Well, yeah.
To the spells you're learning.
Well, yeah, it's just like, it's a cool novelty for a bit, but it's just like, after that, what are you gonna do with it? I feel like it's one of those games where you play it once and then you're done with it.
Well, yeah. And that's the thing, too. Like, arguably, is it really a game?
Okay, so we need
You
to
know?
unlock these gates.
No, I'd say it's more like a demonstration of the technology.
Yeah,
Or like
like
a wow factor thing.
Yeah, like demonstration or like an experience, but not something where it's like, yo, I'm playing a game, right?
Yeah, and especially if they were selling this full price. Like, I don't know what it retailed for, but I imagine with the book and everything, it had to be at least the $50, $60.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working right now.
No.
Just trying. Thanks, camera guy.
Okay, well, it
I wonder if this is why they had multiple people doing it, in case it wasn't working for someone.
Maybe. Now the other people are trying, they're not doing it. Oh, it opened for a second. Oh, there we go. Hey, it worked. Yeah, it's a hole. Neat.
Oh, it's got a hole.
Whoosh. Incendio.
Incendio.
Is Incendio. And now we're going to learn the gesture to cast the spell.
Incendio.
She actually looks really bored doing this.
She does.
Like, usually when they have these demonstrations, they make a point to have the people doing it, like, put on a fake smile. But I'm kind of surprised.
Draw a sharp zigzag shape in
Now, maybe she's feeling a bit, like, a bit down after it not quite working the way it should have right away.
I mean, baby.
Okay, and the book can create a safe environment for us to practice our spells in, and that's what's happening here.
Yo, Durgan.
This place is full of creatures. These paper pests can be a real nuisance, so make sure you get rid of them all with your fire-making spell. You're going to use your fire-flicking technique to burn away all the paper.
Okay, this might be a bit like a game now. Maybe.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
So, back in the day, like, when I lived at my old parents' house, I had a DVD copy of, like, the Chamber of Secrets, and they had, like, an extras menu that had, like, a bunch of mini-games. This feels very similar to, like, the DVD mini-games.
You know, I could see that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, I thought you were gonna say, it reminds me of, like, my parents' place where we had all those bugs, like, all over the place.
No!
It's true that you did tell me there were ants all over the place for a while.
Ants kept getting into the basement, okay? I don't know how, don't know why. He's trying to say my house was dirty, and it's just like, no, there was ants.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, ants appear in a house for a reason, alright?
I mean, yeah. I don't know, it was an older house. It happens. But yeah, I remember there was one mini game on there. I think it was you were going through the forest and you had to, like, try and find the unicorn or something, so you had to, like, move and click the different monsters to get them to go away or something. It just reminds me of, like, this. It's, like, basically the same type of thing.
I could see it.
I don't know. That just makes it feel really novel compared to, like, an actual game.
So, well done, May. And as a reward, we have a note from the professor and a wizarding photo of one of our finest moments.
Cool. So that's your finest moment, huh?
This chapter teaches a significant value required to become an accomplished wizard. And these are hidden in the conundrum. Pass the chapter's test to unlock it and discover one of a series of beautiful...
I will admit this is kind of a long demonstration for it, and I'm not a fan of this so far.
Who did not live up to expectations.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of also something I vaguely remembered. Because I remember this being just really boring. Because, yeah, like, it's not really a game.
Many books
you know?
To be released for your Wonderbook library.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to show quite as long of a presentation. It would have been one thing if they showed a couple of the other books, but obviously they only have the one, and because they're banking on the fact that, like, oh, J.K. Rowling is involved with this, that they're gonna sell a lot.
Yeah, right. Like, J.K. Rowling was, like, super big at this time, too.
Yeah.
You know, because let's say it's before all the controversy.
Well, it's before the controversy, and I think this is also around the time when the last Harry Potter movie was coming out.
I believe so.
Says it best. Wonderbook and Book of Spells demonstrate what is possible on the PlayStation platform, and it's only the beginning. We'll have much more to share with you before Wonderbook Book of Spells is launched this holiday.
Thanks, J.K. Rowling. She probably didn't actually write that.
The gaming industry today is one of the most vibrant and dynamic in the world. From home consoles to dedicated portable devices to smartphones and tablets, there are more ways to play games today than ever before.
True.
We've shown you tonight the amazing gaming experiences that PlayStation brings to PS3 and PS Vita.
Is this almost done?
Soon, we'll be bringing the PlayStation
oh, okay, a little bit. Yeah, this has gone by pretty quickly, actually. This has gone by a bit quicker than what I than what it kind of felt like.
We announced PlayStation Suite last year with
Yeah.
bringing the world of
I'm actually kind of
PlayStation
surprised considering we were pausing and we got deterred by the commercial.
phones and tablets. Our heritage in creating groundbreaking games.
Yo, Android, I have that phone.
Entertainment experience to a much
I have
wider
a
audience
Android
around the
phone.
globe.
Yes.
In April, we made the PlayStation Suite open beta available to the development community, and the response has been nothing short of phenomenal. We now have the industry's next great developers creating PlayStation-certified games that you'll be able to play very soon. Sony Mobile Communications has taken a leading role in gaming in the mobile space, developing the first PlayStation-certified devices. We have many exciting certified phones coming to the market this year, and we look forward to working closely with Sony Mobile Communications. But because PS Suite is for open platforms, we announced last year our efforts to bring the PlayStation experience to more hardware manufacturers, broadening PlayStation-certified phones so that they can run these amazing games. I'm very pleased to announce today that HTC will be our first non-Sony group partner with which we'll share our PlayStation expertise.
Ooh.
I mean, I would hope you have PlayStation expertise. It's your device.
Yeah, right?
HTC is delivering some of the most innovative smartphone designs.
See, so now we're starting to see, like, the modern, like, the beginnings of the modern smartphone, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite there yet. There's still not enough screen, right? But we're getting there.
I mean, I think in terms of mobile games, we're getting pretty close. I think it's maybe another year or two before we get what we would consider, like, modern mobile games to kind of be more mainstream.
Yeah.
PlayStation Mobile. I'll leave you with one more thing tonight. It's that PlayStation is always thinking about the future. We understand that the way we game is changing, the way we play and interact, the way that content is delivered to you, and we're going to lead that future. Gaming and entertainment are in PlayStation's DNA. We continue to commit ourselves to delighting gamers across the spectrum with accessible, innovative, and extraordinary entertainment. Thank you very much for your time tonight, and I hope you're as excited as we are about the future. Thank you again.
I'm not excited about Wonderbook, if that's what you mean, or PlayStation Mobile.
Thanks, Andy. We've always focused on building the broadest content library available while creating the most immersive gaming experiences in the industry. In our house development team, it has 15 studios that together form the largest first-party exclusive content creators. Every year, their games sell millions of units and have produced some of the industry's biggest hits. Our next title comes from a franchise that has sold over 21 million units since it was introduced in 2005.
Woo!
And by now, most of you have seen a small slice of its multiplayer offerings. And we encourage you to enjoy some hands-on gameplay this week at the PlayStation booth. Tonight, Todd Pappy from the amazing team at Sony Santa Monica Studios is pleased to provide you a sneak peek at what's in store for one of the biggest and most epic releases on PlayStation 3.
I pay the price for my ambition.
Kratos!
Is that a different voice for Kratos?
I don't believe so.
Okay. It might have just been the tone. It just sounded a little different to me. It sounds tired, man.
Our game studios?
Someone didn't cut their mic. I don't know if you heard that. I just heard Our Game Studios.
Our game studios?
That seemed like really confused when he was saying that. It's like, oh.
Kratos, what do you know about their game studios? Tell us.
Tell us, Kratos. Ugh.
I wonder what someone like Kratos would be if they were in the modern era.
I mean, who knows? Maybe one day we'll find out.
And like, I'm not trying to say they become like a mass murderer. I just imagine them being like in a typical office job, but having the same kind of personality of being like rough and abrasive.
That'd be pretty funny.
I think it'd be interesting. I just want to see him in a suit with glasses. I think it would look really funny on him.
It would. I do see they're trying to show off the gimmick of this game as well, where it's like, yo, you can just use other weapons that the enemies use. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I still think it's kind of weird. I don't know if they have, like, a reason for it in the game, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like Kratos would only really use his blades, you know? At least in this period. At least in this, like, period of his journey, right?
Yeah.
Like I know he uses like an axe or something in God of War 2018, but you know, I'm pretty sure there's a solid reason for that, and I even think I could guess what it is without having played the game. But you know,
I mean, is this game a prequel to the first game? I forget.
I believe so.
Or is this later? Because I'm just thinking about it. Because like this would have been at a point where if it was before the first game, he theoretically wouldn't have any of the blessings of the gods.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
maybe
true.
they wanted you to steal weapons because they wanted you to have a variety in gameplay instead of just using the chains.
True. I could see that.
So I would assume that might be the reasoning behind the mechanic. As for whether it makes sense for Kratos' character, not really, to be honest. But, you know, I guess he did sometimes. But usually only for kill moves like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
At least in God of War 1 and 2. I don't know about after that. I haven't played after that.
Well, clearly he still has some form of blessing from the god, or a god.
Yeah.
Probably loses it somewhere along the line, but
I mean, I would assume so. Maybe there's just less of them.
because yeah, like I feel like Kratos has to lose like his time power, right, or whatever this is.
I mean, it looks like a rewind, so maybe it's a thing from like Chronos or something. Or whatever the equivalent is. I don't remember.
Good job, Kratos. How did he get more than one? He only picked up one of them.
Hmm.
Kraken of some sort.
Hmm.
That's a pretty neat looking enemy.
That is. Honestly, in some games, using a giant hammer is really fun.
Yeah.
I really should try it in Monster Hunter one of these days.
You should. I see they have concept art.
I mean, that's a cool way of displaying it while showing the conference. Like, I'm glad with the setup they're actually utilizing the other screens.
Yeah, that is a plus. You're an elephant man. The Greeks wouldn't know what an elephant is.
I don't know, this game begs to differ.
You know, it's honestly like really kind of funny, right? Like unrelated to the game, so I'm just gonna make this like a really quick thing. It's really funny when you look up like artwork from like say the medieval era, right?
Yeah.
Where you have people going like seeing something in Africa, right? But you can't take a picture, so they got to describe what they saw. And it's like, oh, you know, an elephant has like a long nose and it's on like 4 legs, and you know it has these tusks. And then you have someone like draw the thing like from the description, and it just looks like a monstrosity, right? Like it does not look like an elephant, like not really, right? And it's just always so fascinating to me because it's like, it's true, they wouldn't know what an elephant was. You describe an elephant, to them that's what an elephant looks like, right? And then it's like, you show that to other people, it's like, damn, that thing lives in Africa? That's weird, you know?
Kind of reminds me of some of those challenges I've seen on YouTube where it's like, draw X from memory or from description. And it's just like, those can be fun. Yeah, because I guess we take it for granted, but we do know a lot more about things even on our planet than people back then would have known.
Well, yeah, because like we have pictures, right? Like that's kind of the main thing.
I mean, pictures
too,
are big, yeah.
right? Because like it's true. Like if you were to describe like an elephant to me, right? Like what sort of picture could you really paint from that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like you're an artist. It's like, oh, describe, you know, a giraffe, this big long-necked creature that's kind of like a horse a little bit. Because you gotta like describe it, you know, the way that they would understand as well, right? So it's like it's kind of like a horse, but like its neck is really long and it has these 2 horns on top of its head. Yeah. Spotted. A little bit of a tail. You know, it's like, so it's like a horse, but like with a longer head, basically. And then they draw, you know, like something like that, right? It's interesting, you know? I'm gonna see if I can find some so I can show you sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to see them.
So what are we looking at?
I don't think they said.
Like I hear burbs. Stairs are lighting up, kind of.
Kind of.
Oh, Last of Us?
Did we lose him?
Yeah.
That's true. This is the big Naughty Dog game.
Yeah. I really, really need to play this game. Heard so many good things, and I keep thinking, like, yeah, it looks really fun, right? Still haven't gotten around to it. And I know I need to, and I have it, which is the real crime, is I have it. I've had it for years, but I've not played it.
Hey, there's another one.
Yeah. I bought this game on launch back in 2013, and like, I played a little bit of it, and then I didn't play anymore. And I do have the PS4 remaster version too.
I don't know yet.
Yup.
Whoa.
See, like, this is the kind of thing I'd like to see out of, like, more... Like, I know they're not zombies, but, like, more zombie-esque games, right? That are kind of, like, post-apocalyptic. Where it's, like, you know, you roam around an environment, you know, it looks kind of pretty, right? Because it would, right?
Yeah. I do remember even when I got this game that I thought it looked really pretty for the time period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch your step.
Yeah, I really do need to get around to playing this.
me
Sometime
too.
it's gonna happen. Just a matter of when.
Yeah.
How many is that now? 5 just this week. Hey, I'm not complaining. I bet you not. We done here? Got on the floor to check, man. Check for what? I ain't seen a clip in a week. Because we're this way. Oh, damn it.
Ooh. There's multiple dudes.
Yeah.
Take him out. Greatest enemy to mankind. Another human.
True.
I will say that's one thing I do like about this too, is I like how in this game it's very clear, like, yeah, there are like zombie like things around. People are still gonna be fighting other people, because that's just how it would be, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you know, in the end, you're gonna have to, like, people would definitely form like their own little groups. Then it's like, okay, well, it's me or them, right?
Yeah.
Now what?
Ow.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Okay, I do like how that did actually remove health, but if I were playing this game, I'd be like, damn, that's cheap.
Yeah, a little bit. It'd be funny if it killed you, though.
That would be funny. Damn, that guy was looking over that couch for a long time.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
He has no ammo.
I know that sound. I got you now, motherfucker.
Nice.
Ow.
See, I wonder if any of this is in the game. Because this actually seems very scripted to me.
It does.
Right? It's like a Halo 2 kind of, I think it was Halo 2 kind of situation. Where it's like, you know, like, oh, well, he has to have no bullets at this point. So he can click it and have the guy go, I know that sound, and then come out, right?
Yeah.
So I have my doubts that this is in the game. If it is, I'd be curious how they change it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Be careful.
Because, like, this just seems like it could be way too scripted.
Where's this fucker?
Ow. And it being scripted would make sense with the fact that he's losing health in cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be really curious. Yeah, really, like, even though that was probably scripted as hell, I will say that did give a pretty good look into the game, right?
Yeah. No, from what I played of the game, that is relatively accurate to how some of the sections play out. But yeah, I don't know if that particular section is like scripted or in the game. I assume it is, but for that demo, it's probably scripted because I do know Ellie will come and do that sometimes while you're doing combat. That is a feature of the game. She has her own like AI when it comes to that.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
In the PlayStation family. 17 years.
Like, I don't know, like, that, some of that did just seem scripted. Like, I don't know, see, now I gotta play the game to find out, right?
Yeah.
I gotta find that scripted sequence and just see. Because if it's not scripted, then you know what? I'll be pretty impressed. Because that means they somehow managed to figure out, like, the perfect encounter.
It's been our great privilege
to
to you. and we'll continue to do everything in our power to raise the bar higher every year. To provide a home at the center of the gaming universe where gamers will always feel welcome and always feel challenged. The journey has been fun, but I promise the best is yet to come. Thanks very much.
Woo! Press conference wrap up. We're not going to be watching that GameSpot.
Nope.
So what did you think of that press conference?
Like, I thought the games they showed were pretty interesting. Like, aside from the Wonderbook stuff, that was really not good, and it was really boring.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm just trying to think. There was something specific that I thought of while we were doing it. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I gotta take points off for that. I don't remember what it was, though.
Oh, I like it. You knew it enough to take points off, but then it's like, oh well, I don't remember what it is.
I'm just trying to think.
Was it Vita related?
Was it Vita related?
Was it related to the stuff with the move?
I don't remember. Shit. Well, either way, like, I thought it was a pretty okay conference. Like, they didn't really have a ton to show. Admittedly, them showing, like, a ton of Sly 4 footage in the montage, but then not showing any Sly 4 is a little weird to me.
Yeah. Are you thinking of the montage, like, in general? Because it was pretty long.
Well, the montage being long was a thing, but that wasn't what I was thinking of specifically.
Okay.
But, I don't know. Maybe I'll remember later. But,
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, like, overall, I don't think it was really all that good of a showing. It was kind of boring, to be honest. And, like, I don't know. Like, I can't say it's necessarily bad, but there wasn't really a lot of intrigue in this conference for me. Everything was kind of just okay, aside from The Last of Us. That looked really good.
Yeah, so kind of the same thing as with Microsoft, right? Like, it was just kind of okay, not super good, not bad. Better than last year, presumably, but, you know, not, like, bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I would say this ranks lower than Microsoft for me personally. But, yeah, it's just not that good of a conference. I'm kind of curious on how Nintendo is going to compare to that.
You know, I'm actually not really too sure what ranking I would give this between this and Microsoft, so I'm not going to give it a ranking quite yet. I don't know what would be better. I'm not really too sure. I mean, it might go to Microsoft just for the fact that, you know, the montage on this one was like 2 minutes long, like 3 minutes long, actually. And the stuff with the Wonder Book was neat, but, like, yeah, went on a bit too long. They had a lot of talking points on trying to convince me to get a Vita, mostly to use as a controller, which, you know, no Vita games. Like, they had some Vita games, I guess.
They didn't have any Vita games that weren't on PS3 as well. It was mostly about the cross-buy, and they mentioned Black Ops, but they didn't specify anything else.
Yeah, so, like, you know, that is a little bit strange. So it's like, here's another more expensive controller that you can use. It's like, okay, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
But I have a controller. No, you can use the Vita. It's like, okay. But, you know, so, yeah, you know, I think Microsoft did do a little bit better. I don't think this is, like, bad. I don't think it was, like, offensive or anything. I think it was just okay. You know? The Last of Us is definitely, like, the peak for this one. Because, yeah, like, even Beyond Two Souls just looked very, like, meh, you know? Meh. It's okay.
Well, see,
it's like Heavy Rain, right?
Yeah, because I remember at the time being, like, really enthralled with that trailer of Beyond Two Souls, but it also tells you basically nothing about the game at the same time, somehow.
Yeah, like I can tell you, like going searching back in my memory banks, right? That when I did see the Beyond Two Souls trailer at this conference, I would have thought it looked pretty all right because I was big into Heavy Rain, right? I was like, oh, Heavy Rain is like one of my favorite games on the PS3. But it's like I guess it's that's kind of the thing where it's like you got to kind of separate it a bit. Back then, yes, I would have been really excited, but nowadays, all things considered, it's like, well, should I have really been excited for it? Like, say, I didn't buy the game, so clearly it didn't convince me to buy it straight away. But but the PlayStation All Stars, just the weird point system. Like I don't know. Like I said, not offensively bad, but I mean, certainly didn't blow me away, right? Like I think we're hitting the years where it's like mediocre E3. Mediocre E3, right? Like we're like, because I know that goes on for a little bit, so we'll have to see, right? Like I'm pretty sure this is the set of years where E3 not really quite what it used to be, not like the whoa, oh my god, look at all the cool things happening. Now it's like that's it.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I have. I like go through this conference and I'm like, really? That's all they had to show? But I've kind of noticed, like as we've been going along, is that they're making demonstrations in here for the games they want to showcase quite a bit longer than they used to.
That is
so they're
true.
Getting like less games overall, but the ones they're showing more of. And like I don't think that's necessarily bad, but stuff like the Wonder Book, it's not interesting and it was just way too long. And I know we keep ranting on that, but at the same time, this is a conference that you're showing to everyone around the world. You have to be very picky about what you showcase. And while you want to have something novel and interesting, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't feel like that was good use of their time.
It was not. You were right. Like it should have been shorter. Like if they wanted to do a demonstration, show like a little bit of like a couple pages of the book. That's all you really need to show, right? You don't need to do like this full thing.
They didn't need to show us like almost 10 minutes of that. They could have just shown us a few pages of the book, a little bit of the AR stuff, and I think people would have been satisfied with that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just a very mediocre showing. Yeah, I don't know. That's really about it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Just a mediocre. See, it's sad because now we're hitting the E3s where it's like, what do we talk about at the end? It's like,
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, like it's like, well, how do you really wrap it up? It's like, well, it's mediocre. But that's not really a satisfying thing to like say at the end, right? It's like, well, it was mediocre. It was, like I wasn't blown away by it. It was okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
But like it was like, yeah. It's just weird. We've had this like for every E3 conference lately. It's like
it's been like the last 3 years or so. It's kind of been like this. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, well, it was okay. And then, what do you do after that? It's like, well, it was okay. Well, thank you for watching. It's like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I miss when I could end E3 and go, man, that was a good E3. That was fun to watch, right? Now it's like, it's all right.
Yeah, it was like just okay.
Yeah, and then like, I don't know. You got to kind of like, see, like now I'm just trying to think like who utilized the time better, right? Because I mean, like, because Microsoft had like not as much with the Kinect, which was good, but they did have that whole like Usher. It was Usher, right? Like whole Usher like segment.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which is like, do I really need a concert at my E3? Like, you want to blow money on it, sure, but I mean, But I don't know. I do think Sony. Wait, which one did you say you liked better? Sony? Was it Microsoft?
Sony.
You said
no, sorry, Microsoft was a little bit better.
Yeah, you said Microsoft was a little bit better. Yeah, so Microsoft was a little bit better to you. I still kind of think the same thing. Because Usher is kind of cool to watch, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. All right. So is that all you think you really want to say for this? I think I'm done.
Hopefully you guys had a good time watching. Honestly, ironically enough, the best part of the conference was us watching the commercial.
Yeah, funnily enough, I think I agree with you, actually. Yeah, just a very mediocre conference. Maybe Nintendo will do better. Maybe Nintendo... Probably not, though. See, I'm already kind of going into it with it's like, well, we're going to talk about the Wii U. And we all know how that
Yeah.
turned out. So it's kind of like no one really has much to show at the moment. You know, I guess they
Yeah,
got the 3DS, right?
True. Just unfortunately, I think we're gonna have at least a few years where it's not great. I think the tail end of this generation in general is not really good for E3, at least from what I recall. But we'll have to see when we get to next year. But on schedule next is Nintendo.
Yeah. You know, actually, thinking about it, right? Like thinking about it
Yeah.
a bit. I think part of why the last couple E3s have been pretty mediocre, like bad to mediocre, is because we're actually seeing like a lot of kind of like failed projects, right? Like all at
Yeah.
once, right? Because say what you want about the Kinect, it failed for what Microsoft wanted it to do, right?
Yeah.
Like they integrated it with the next console, but then it's gone now. They dropped it completely. So clearly, it failed for them, right? The Move failed for Sony. The Vita failed for Sony. The Wii U is failing for it's gonna fail for Nintendo, right? So we're seeing all these failed projects kind of crop up at around the same time. So it's just like, where's the interest? Because they should be, we should be excited for all this stuff. It should be like, whoa, look at all these cool new things. Look at this new like project that they have, and it's like, oh, here's a cool game for that, and here's a cool game for that. Here's a cool game for this. But it's like, you can't really show me cool games if the product itself isn't cool. You know?
I do find that kind of interesting because, I mean, even at this time period, like early 3DS era, the 3DS really wasn't doing that well either. It only really picked up, I think, around like 2014-ish. Maybe late 2013, like when Pokemon came out. But like the 3DS was really struggling at the beginning too. So like, I do find it interesting. I didn't realize there were so many like, for lack of a better phrase, gimmicky like type devices that came out at this time that all kind of failed.
Yeah, right. Like I didn't really realize it either until I just started thinking about it, because I'm like, oh well, we got the Nintendo for. We got the Wii U for Nintendo, so we already know that's probably not going to be great. And then I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? That's kind of the problem. None of these really took off. They're all kind of mediocre products that were sent out. So of course we're getting mediocre E3s to match with it, right? There's nothing to really wow us.
That makes all sense, and especially since we're not seeing as much on the show floor either. We're not seeing the other stuff that may be better, just the stuff in the main conferences.
Yeah, right. So,
as compared to like older E3s that you guys have probably seen if you're watching this.
Yeah, and if you haven't, go watch them. I made a playlist.
Out.
Go check them out. Made a whole playlist for them. And I have it in the correct order as well, which not all playlists do, so I'm going to just throw that out there.
Although I do have to question why you started with Sony 2012, unless you're very nostalgic for this period.
Yeah, true, right?
But go do you.
Yeah, you do you, go do you, etc. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, right? Like, I think it's going to start picking up again, hopefully, when, like, the PS4 gets announced and maybe the Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
Like, when, maybe, like, even next year. Like, it probably won't get exciting next year, but maybe the year after that we can go, like, oh, well, look, it's kind of picking up again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. There's such a weird point in gaming. It's just really strange to think that no company had like a winning thing that they brought out at this point. You know?
Yeah, honestly,
Weird.
this might even be when like PC gaming became a little bit bigger because the consoles weren't doing as good.
Maybe. I could believe that. Because like damn, like only one company needed a super good product, and then they would have just blown the competition away. You know?
And they were all kind of bad.
They were all kind of bad. Maybe that's just the world keeping things in equilibrium. You know, just no one can outpace the other. Everybody must have a failed thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's because they're all trying to jump on trends and not really stuff that they're passionate about.
Yeah. Yeah, well, really weird to think about, but kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now that I've got that thought out of the way, I'm actually probably done talking about this year. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm good. We'll have to wait and see what Nintendo's got in store.
We'll have to wait and see what Nintendo has. I'm very excited, but also pretty sure it's probably also not going to be good. I'm going to be honest. Maybe they'll blow me away, though.
Shh, don't tell them that. Come join us in the next one.
Yeah, come join it. Well, I mean, you guys will have fun watching it with us, I'm sure. It's just I don't have much faith in the Nintendo conference for this year. But it'll be fun for us. It just might not be a good conference. All right. So yes, feel free to stick around for that. I promise we'll have a good time. But
yeah, and hopefully you have a good time listening to us.
Hopefully you guys have a good time listening to us. But I guess that's it for now. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We hope you all enjoyed. But for now, it is time we cue the outro. So Frag out, and we shall catch you guys later.
Bye.